Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check. Welcome back. Good to see you all. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's get to work straight away. We have a lot of things to discuss here. Yesterday, thank you for staying on the stream. And I'm particularly talking about people who stayed till the end. Man, that was a crazy freaking trade, right? In the end, holy moly. We ended the day in around, let's see. We made around 5K profit. That was nice, right? It was a good start. Overall, I think that we definitely have been able to nail that right here. Patience paid yesterday. Patience freaking paid. It was close. It was very close, but we ended the day in green. Jeez. Like it should be, right? Like it should be, like how it should be. We're going to talk today more about gold though. Gold is looking really interesting. So I'm looking forward to talk about this as well here. Before I start, I want to give a big shout out to our guys in the trading floor, always putting in the work. Marius is back on it. Vanessa, one of my favorites, Vanessa, the queen Vanessa, always trading with us live. Love that. And gold. We're going to talk about gold here. But before we go into gold right now, I want to quickly request you to smash up that like button right now. Absolutely demolish that like button if you're new. Subscribe to this channel and download the LTA War Map. All right, the LTA Trading War Map. It's right here for you to download so you understand what we do. I will go a bit deeper today into what we call the volume profile, how it works and how we mark out our key levels and how we take our entries. We might even do it live looking at gold right now at the moment here. So last but not least, FundedNext. Okay, FundedNext has an offer, 100% reward, 100% payout. Okay, on your first payout, 100% if you use this code and you sign up with an account within the next 3.5 hours. Flash 100. I think it's a nice offer. If you can get funded, 100% of your payout is a big deal. So flash 100 for that. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. Let's talk about gold, G's. Yesterday, no gold for me. Like I said before, it was a bit too messy all over the place. My trade was taken already throughout the London session yesterday. I couldn't really find something of interest on gold later on. So I decided to simply just focus more on dollar yen, right? The dollar yen. And what happened to the dollar yen? Well, let's actually check that real quick so you understand why we were looking at longs yesterday. That's why we were looking at longs, geez. That's freaking why. We were looking at long setups right there, all right? The 12-hour demand, we talked about it right here, tapped into it again. And it held it, it respected it. And it gave, even today during the London session, a really clean CME play, all right? A consolidation, a manipulation, and an expansion. That is one of our favorite patterns to trade when we look at setups in the market. This is on gold, this is on currencies, this is on whatever you want. You can find it on every one of those. So anyways, that's what we're going to do. But let's talk about gold right now because we are at a super interesting level here. And that is the 4100. Okay, the 4100 on gold here. So yesterday, right, we bounced from that low. I was looking at longs here. Took a long trade, small trade overall, made around, what, 2.5K on that trade, something like that. And then price kept going up. And it actually gave another setup later on, but I was already in a position, so I didn't want to enter another trade. Blah, de blah. Price came up further. We knew it was going to be resistance around that 4,081 mark, right? We knew it's going to be resistance here. But now that resistance has been taken out, okay? It has broken that resistance. So what happened was on the higher time frame. Let's actually, let's see if we have it here. 8-hour demand was created. Do you guys agree? If you look here at the chart here that this is an 8-hour demand zone, let me know. You rally, base, rally. Look at what happened to this 8-hour demand right here and how it tapped into that when that new 8-hour candle opened up here. I love to look at the 8-hour, the 12-hour, you know, cycles of 4-hour supply and demand on the higher time frame. We have now officially broken that zone, okay? And we are looking to see if we can trade it towards the 12-hour supply right there. So I'm looking to long it. I'm clearly long biased still for today because the trend is pretty obvious. The intraday trend is pretty clear. And I kind of like what I see here, to be honest, G's. I kind of like this overall trend. I like how we pull back towards one of our ranges. Okay, so how do we do that? We mark out a range right here. You You can see that that range was an area of resistance. It now could be turned into support. So this is kind of my area of support right now. I'm actually looking to see if I can take a long entry around this moment here, which is going to be very nice, especially if we do break higher. And then look for that continuation play, right? I think that there could be a chance that this is what we call, again, the consolidation, the manipulation, and the expansion here, okay? The consolidation, manipulation, and the expansion. So the ideal would be either we're going to look at longs around here, or we wait for the breakout and the retest, and we look for longs around there. We look for longs around here because we use the volume profile from the left to the right, okay? And then we want to break above the 4117. And if we can do that, I think you have a really good confirmation internally as well here. So that means we break above that high, and then I look for a really clean long setup, to be honest here. Okay, so we have news coming right now in around what, 7 minutes or something, right? So I think it's smart to wait for that news to see what happens. And if price manages to break above that, I'm pretty confident today with looking for long continuations all the way back up towards the 12-hour supply, you know, all the way back up to the 12-hour supply zone is something I would be interested in if we do manage to break out here, okay? And if you're new and you have literally no clue what we're talking about here, then don't worry. You can download the trading war map right here. It's in the description right now. It's the second link in the description here. It says download the LTA Trading War Map for free. You can click on that link and it will lead you through this book right here. And in this book, we talk about all our complete strategy, our complete playbook in depth. We always use this as our benchmark, right? And this is kind of what we're seeing right now. We're looking at the fixed volume profile, and then we look at the consolidation right here, manipulation right there, and then the expansion. Do you see that? Consolidation, manipulation, expansion. Do you see the chart right now? Consolidation. If this is the manipulation and we do get the expansion, then that could lead into that, what we call the Cimi play right here, okay? The C, the M, and then the E, right around there, okay? So that is a potential setup here. I would love to see that breakout, and then I would simply look for the continuation play right there, okay? That setup actually played out perfectly on the dollar-yen this session. If you look here at, the London session, if you look here at that example, then that's the exact setup we talked about. Look at that. The consolidation, the manipulation, and then the expansion. And look what happened. You break above that range, you tap into what? Let me know in the chat, G's. What level did we tap into? That's the point I'm trying to make right there. If we tap into that level on gold as well, then that is our setup, right? And this is then the conclusion of that setup right here. The C, the M, and the E. And the beautiful thing about this one is that the actual 12-hour candle open, right, actually was created when that manipulation took place. So that candle on the 12-hour was setting in the bottom wick and then flipped bullish after that. So we are not only dealing with a CME play, but also with a bullish candle flip on the higher time frame, which is very helpful as well as an additional confirmation as well here. So that was a perfect example. And I would love to see something similar on gold happening as well here. If I can get into a trade like that, that would be the ideal case scenario right here. So 5-minute time frame, the range, the break above the range, and then I would simply look for the trade setup and target that 12-hour supply zone right around there. Oh, that makes sense. So let's see if we can break out and can actually hold here. Overall, I do like it a lot here. I think this trend itself is looking pretty freaking clean. And we have seen a lot of pullbacks into this range already beforehand. So, man, it's looking really, really good, actually. Really good. So let's see. I don't see a reason to short gold right now at this current moment. We're looking way too strong right now. Lorenzo, I had my best day today, close to $8,500, all on gold. Great feeling. Yes, the money is great, but I stick to my rules, and that part makes me feel great. Freaking yes, my friend. Incredible. That's great to hear. Yeah, man, money making is one thing, but money making and following all your rules is everything, G. It's everything. It's everything. I love that too. Absolutely. How did your trade ended up yesterday? I didn't catch the end of the stream, had to go to work. What can I say, man? What can I say? We absolutely crushed it. Oh, it was really, really close. For some reason this month, the trades have been close. They play out, but they have been close. It happened. It happened. It happened. But yeah, it wasn't a good trade. If you stick to the end of the stream and you had some fade, it was a good setup. I mean, many people were talking already about how they they went short against my long, right? Laughing at me and shit. Guess what happens? Wouldn't be the first time. Clearly. Wouldn't be the first time. Lorenzo, if you're going to trade on your personal account or Top Step? I think both. Why not? Why not? If I can. I got my Top Step right here. Right there. I got my MetaTrader right there. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Johnny Boy bought a 15K FundedNext account yesterday. My first ever prop firm account. Any tips or advice? Go full margin on your first trade. Don't go full margin on your first trade. Stay very committed. Stay focused. Take your time. It's not about the money. It's about your experience. It's about your confidence. It's about your system, your step-by-step process. It's about how you manage risk, how you deal with taking a few hits. Are you going to go bananas or are you going to come back from that? That shows you who the real man is here. Okay? Good job, my friend. You can do it. I remember my first account. I got funded right away on my first challenge. I thought trading was easy. I was like, bro, this is it? Everyone is unprofitable? Like, I got it, man. This is like, man, what are people talking about? What are people talking about? Like, what? So easy. Guess what happened after that? A 2-year struggle. A deep rabbit hole. Okay, we're pushing. I think this could be the CME play. We could see a CME here. Let's see. Graham, I took a 1-to-4 trade on the NASDAQ using LTA. It hit like crack. Wow. I don't know how crack hits, but that's a great accomplishment, my friend. Have you shared this already in our Telegram? Let me know. Are you in a Telegram group, by the way? Okay. If so, please share that setup, or you have already shared it. If not, join our Telegram, man. It's $400 usually, but you can get it for free if you have a Vantage account. If you create a Vantage account and you deposit 350 bucks on that, then you can join our Telegram for free. The link is in the description. Lorenzo, are you on a buy already? Whenever I'm on a buy, I always show my P&L, right? Maybe there are other streamers out there that never show their P&L. We always show our P&L. Red, green, gray, blue, whatever it takes. Let me actually zoom in for you guys so you can actually see it a bit better. I just realized. Whoopa, that looks better. That looks cleaner. Yeah, this is what I wanted to avoid, right? I wanted to avoid getting rejected from that range. So let's say I would enter there, right? Then I would kind of be hoping that we would break out, not knowing if we would. And then we have the point of control here. And if you get rejected at the point of control, then yeah, we most likely roll over, come back down a little bit further, getting a higher chance of getting stopped out again. So I prefer the break. And then I think my question then will be, what will be, you know, what will stop gold from pushing higher, right? That's kind of my thought process right here. This 12-hour candle would flip bullish. Let's see. I know we are finding a bit of resistance, but I think this breakout will definitely determine a lot and help us tremendously. I don't see a reason to short it. We're trending up clearly. We're breaking all our key levels, all our resistance areas, bouncing from key levels. I think it's just a matter of time, just being patient here. I got stopped out yesterday on a dollar yen trade. Then I took a long on gold and recovered that loss. Took another long on gold during London session. And the only regret was that I didn't open a bigger position. I mean, I would never regret that you didn't open a bigger position. It's easy to say after that, right? I won the trade. Oh, shit. I wish I risked $100,000 on this account, on this trade. I mean, yeah. Shit, man. A trade is a trade, man. You have limitless opportunities. This is why we call the Limitless Trading Academy. There are limitless opportunities for you in this fucking space. So take your time. Step by step and grind. Consistency is everything, my G. Consistency is everything. How do you extend the value area low and value area high lines across the chart? So the way I do that is I create a horizontal ray right here. Okay. I create a horizontal ray. I click on that ray. I call it whatever I want to call it. So I can call this the, right? Oh, I can call this the value area high. And then I save it as a template. Right, and I have all my levels there. I save it as a template. Okay. And then I have it. And the only thing that I have to do then is open a new one, go to template and select the one I want. That's how you do it. You can also use Alt-J if you have a Windows computer as well. All right, G? The C, the M, the E, question mark. How are you feeling today, my G? I feel good, thank you, appreciate that. We made money this week. We're up this week. Yesterday around 5K, 5.1. So that's good. That's decent. It's around what, 10% of the account yesterday, right? Yesterday was a wild flip. Yesterday was a wild trade. For sure, we got almost stopped out and then price still reversed. It took hours before it actually reversed. But once it reversed very aggressively, very hard. And that's the thing, right? These are like the things that you cannot control in the market. That's what I mean with like trading, right? You cannot always win every trade because you cannot control every trade. But sometimes, you know, you're completely correct on everything. Your analysis is correct. Your bias is correct. You know that price is going to go up like it should be, right? From like a higher time frame standpoint, everything aligns, but the timing is just a little bit off, right? The timing is just a little bit off, for example. Like you never know. So that's where the variables come in. Yeah, I like that gold's trying to push here. I liked it a lot. Let's see what the guys are looking at as well. Let me quickly have a sneak peek. See what Vanessa is doing. VIP is absolutely on freaking fire. Absolutely on fire. Lorenzo, how do we know if it's a CME or CERC play? That's a beautiful question. That's a beautiful question, my friend. That's actually a really good question because a lot of people are very confused, right? When they use the volume profile for the first time, they think that they can use the volume profile and they can then decide, you know, what the direction will be. But these are just levels of interest. That's all they are, right? So there are just areas where more volume is traded from an institutional standpoint. So automatically, exactly at these levels is what we're trying to look for our entries, right? Because we know we know how effective these levels are. We have seen on stream it over and over again, right? You know, these levels perfectly getting hit like every time. It's crazy. But it never helps with explaining you what the direction is. So we don't really use the volume profile to determine the direction. Like, oh, we should be going up or we should be going down. We use the higher time frame for that, right? And what can we do? On the higher time frame, we can look at something that we call supply and demand. So for example, when we broke structure, what did we create? We created an 8-hour supply zone. What did we tap into yesterday? We tapped into a 12-hour or 8-hour supply demand zone. Sorry, 2 demand zones, not supply zones. Right? We created an 8-hour demand zone right there. So we used higher time frame supply and demand to help us with the direction. From there, right, we go and we look at the intraday trend. That's another step that we look at. Is like, are we trending up from an intraday perspective or not? In this case, on the 15-minute time frame, we're creating higher highs and higher lows right now. So now we have a higher time frame demand zone that is in control. That demand zone took out a supply zone. On the 50-minute or on the intraday time frame, right, we are trending up. We're creating higher highs and higher lows. So if we then utilize the volume profile on the 5-minute time frame of that range, which we just talked about right here, right? Page number 47 of your book. Then you can utilize that as an execution model, right? So it's not about the direction. The direction comes from all the things around it. And once you have that direction nailed, you go to the lower time frame and you start looking for the execution model using volume analysis right here. And this is why when we go to the introduction, we have our foundation. And in our foundation, it says clearly, right, all the pillars, right? So fundamentals, then macro technical, supply and demand, the intraday trend. Are we trading above the previous weekly range or not, for example? And then the micro technicals, right? Volume analysis, key levels, entry models, and execution. That is the process we follow. Graham says, I watched a video from Andrea Cimi last night at 3 hours 29. He's talking exactly about your concepts. Awesome. I haven't seen that video. I need to check it out. Three hours and 29 minutes. Let's see. Shall we quickly check it out? Why not? Let's quickly check it out, see what he has to say then. Actually want to know as well. 3 hours, 29 minutes?
Almost reach a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. And that's the opening range breakout. The fourth one is the rule of 4 by Tom Hogarth. And this only happens during NFP news release or FOMC news release on the DAX and on the FTSE 100, which is the UK stock market index. So after the news event, we wait for the fourth 5-minute candle. So this is the 5-minute chart. And we wait 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle, 4 candle. And we basically do the same thing that we did here with the opening range breakout, but we simply buy whenever there's a breakout here and sell whenever there's a breakout here. The next one is the PBD strategy by Tom Forwald, and where you're either in an uptrend, so you have a P, and this is based on the auction market theory model, by the way, or you're in a downtrend and you have a B, or you're consolidating and you have a D. P, B, D. And here you have 2 trend following models, where as soon as you have a failed auction here, so price breaks out of a range and then it breaks back inside, you wait for a test or you buy directly.
Bro, that's exactly our model, exactly. You know, you have that trend, you create a range, you come down, you manipulate to the downside, you break up higher. Perfectly explained.
Until the other side of the range. The second option is you wait for a strong breakout and trade the breakout. Break in, break out. Just like the
Absolutely nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. This is exactly what we're seeing now on gold, by the way. Funny that he explains it, but that's exactly it. As you can see. Okay, breakout, let's go. Number one thing as always that what I'm looking for personally is that we break the highs. We do want to break the highs. How many moves is that? How many pips that is? 1.5 lots, I guess. Or 2 lots. Well, we'll see. Have you seen his deep chart? I haven't checked it yet. I keep saying I'm gonna do it. I haven't been able to do it. I will probably take my time. Set it up, check it out in the weekend. If you can actually use it and backtest it or go back into the charts with it, for example, that would be nice too. But let's see. I'm definitely gonna try it out for sure. I'm just curious to the functionality of the platform, right? Like how smooth is it? Did you check in general order flow with your strategy to get more accurate? I mean, I could, in theory, right now put everything together, right? Higher time frame supply and demand, the intraday, the fundamentals, and then when I'm actually looking at an entry, going into the order flow and actually start looking at how buyers and sellers are operating. I could do that in theory to even increase that edge even further, to increase, like, let's say, the risk to reward ratio. There are definitely a couple things that I could do. But I've been making money this way for a long time, right? Like for me, I have been making money following this exact system. So I'm like, you know, I mean, I could endlessly innovate, but it works for me right now, right? So I'm like, yeah, it works. What I do works. So why should I, you know, change something that works right now? But yeah, who knows, man? Maybe in the future, we're trying to see if we can improve it over time. Let's see. Always always be open-minded, right? To learn. I'm always open-minded to learn something or to just experience. Obviously, I have been doing a lot of order flow already in the back. Lorenzo, did they not release the economic news data? Any updates, Lorenzo? Not yet. If you talk about the COT data, someone in my community was talking about it. Let's see. I see that Vanessa looking at the same trade as us. She's looking at long setups right now as well on gold. Let's see what Ryu is doing. What's up, Arshad? Welcome, man. Good to see you. He took a gold trade from the bottom. He's already in position. Shout out to Ryu, my G. Awesome. Big W. But anyways, someone in our community talked about actual COT data. And apparently what I've heard was that the COT reports are coming back. First report is today. We'll be getting back to normal on the 23rd of January, 2026. This is the whole publishing. So at the end of January, we have all the COT data again, which is crazy, right? Why not just freaking release this thing at once? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you wait? With releasing and dropping it week by week. It just, I don't get it. I really don't get it. But anyways, it's cool to see that it's coming back again, finally, right? Finally. I've been trading without the COT data now for 2 months. And I rather trade with the COT data. I rather trade with some fundamental insights too. Silver seems to be pulling gold down. Let's check out silver then, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That high, we need to really break that high. I really want to see that high getting broken. Yeah, you're right. Silver is breaking down. Look at that trade, actually. That was that setup here, right here. That's a really good point you're making. So that means that if silver comes back down towards this zone, let's say it drops even further, right? And it finds that support here around this key level of this volume profile, this range. And if you're new, by the way, We mark out ranges all the time. You can see how effective it is. This is exactly what Andrea was just explaining to you guys when I showed you that video, right? The range breakout retest or the range manipulation, right? It's the exact model that you see here on silver, breakout retest, boom. I would backtest this stuff for real. I really would backtest it, or just download the book and see this step by step how you can execute it with a good system behind it as well, so you can actually increase the probability. But yeah, if silver drops further and it finds support, that it's gonna, and gold is still holding up really well, and it breaks out eventually. I mean, I think we don't have to complain, right? Let's see. We're looking at a breakout. That's all we're waiting for. I'm actually kind of happy with it. So if gold drops now, earlier, and it then breaks above that, it just shows me that it's stronger. It wants to go, unless we're gonna just be ranging the whole session. Omar says, I'm a beginner after downloading the ebook. I am understanding all your words. Amazing. Yeah, we actually wrote it like a book. So it's not just all like information, blah, blah, blah. It is also written like an actual book. Okay. So, yeah, I think it's interesting if you're interested in reading and learning about the why. What is the real reason? The real reason why something works. Like, what is the reason behind it? Is LTA or SMC concepts better? I mean, supply and demand, I use supply and demand on the higher time frame. I prefer to use the volume profile myself on the lower time frame. I think that volume, by default, understanding volume is more precise. I think it can give you better entries. And I think it will give you a better understanding of who's in control, rather than finding these order blocks on the 1 minute time frame, because which order block are you going to look for? Which demand zone are you going to use on the lower time frame, right? There are a lot of them. Which one is it? Is it this one or is it this one? You don't know that. So with the volume profile, you know, there are certain levels, and these are the levels. They're built around how much volume was traded at that level, at that price level. And this is why right now we see rejection at this blue line. That's one of our levels, right? So that is more precise. And yes, if you look at it, there is an area of supply there on the lower time frame. But why this one and why not this one? That's the difference between SMC, as far as I know it, and LTA. Volume is king, baby. Volume is king. Volume is king. Price volume is king. Price volume. You have three different types of volume. You have time volume or session volume. How much volume was traded in a session or during a specific moment in time. You have price volume. How much volume was traded on a specific price level, which is the most important for us, volume and price. And then you have what we call candle volume. So within that candle itself, right, this is where order flow comes into play. What happened within that candle? How much volume was traded within that candle? Yeah, let's actually keep a close eye on silver too, because you bet if silver holds here, G's, if silver comes down right now and it actually holds in this level or holds this range, finds support here, you will see what happens to gold. Because look at how strong gold is holding up against silver, right? If you look at silver, silver broke down. It's already creating lower lows, lower highs. And gold is just, yeah, it's getting rejected, but like, you know, it hasn't broken the lows. Why don't you get into position from the last fixed fair high? I could, in theory I could, but the thing is that I would put my take profit above the range regardless. So that means that we would pull back. We would now be back at our entry, I guess. I'd rather wait for that trade here because I think we have cleaner follow through right away. And that's kind of the difference, right? I can take the trade here and hope that it breaks. But look what happened now, right? We're getting rejected by that range. So I prefer to break out, then at least we have that, we have just a higher chance of follow through there. Let's see if that actually comes to fruition, maybe during the New York Stock Exchange or something, that the volume comes in. Quick push up, also for silver, right? No, we're not there yet. Hello, Lorenzo. Okay, explain the correlation. Or hi, Lorenzo. Okay, explain the correlation between gold and the dollar. Between gold and the dollar. I can do that. If you go here and you type in, follow me, yeah? Do this. If you want to know if something is correlated or not, there is one tool that you should utilize always. And that is very simple. You go to the daily time frame first. You go to the indicator section right here. You type in correlation, coefficient. Correlation coefficient. You click on this. Then it asks you, what's up, Gian? Thanks for the sub, G. Then it asks you, what kind of symbol do you want to utilize? Well, we are on the gold chart, right? So what we want to do is you want to type in now the dollar index, DXY, right there. We click on the dollar index, we click on apply, and then what do we see? We see a blue line. And that shows you the correlation against the dollar, in this case right now. So you can see the dollar right there. Let me actually show you one more time. You can see the dollar, right? DXY, and then gold right above. So if you are below the 0 mark, you are negatively correlated. If you are above the 0 mark on the daily, you are positively correlated. So it always goes in waves. Nothing is always negatively correlated on commodities, right? But you can see that most of the time, the dollar has a negative correlation with gold, most of the time. But sometimes it has these moments where it comes out for a while, right? And that could be because there's something in the world, some geopolitical tension, whatever the case may be, right? But this thought process of it being more negatively correlated is then something that you can look at and can think about, okay? Now you can then also take this to the hourly and see, is it worth it to look at the dollar as well as a chart, the dollar index? So is it worth it for us to look at this chart as well or not? Well, in this case, I can say we are kind of positively correlated on the hourly time frame. So we don't really have to look at it at this current moment. We don't have to look at the dollar because they're positively correlated right now. Well, that makes sense. So instead of assuming, right? Assuming that something is correlated, always confirm it yourself. Never assume. If somebody tells you, yo, hey, this goes up and this goes down, It could be, but it could also not be at this current moment, right? The market is always changing. So just confirm that with this indicator to be sure. In the meantime, G's, we have around 3 hours left for FundedNext. So if you become funded, you can get 100% reward, 100% of your payout, 100%. This is an offer that ends in 2 hours and 55 minutes. So if you're interested, you can click on the link. You can actually buy a challenge below. Use this code FLASH100. Click on one of these links here and then go for it. Get fun and get 100% of your payout. What the numbers will do today, tomorrow? Which numbers? Which numbers, G? Is there anyone new here in the chat? Let me know. Is there anyone new here? First timer. Okay, if you're new here, we are utilizing something that we call the volume profile. We wrote a book. It's a free book that you can download. We have a full explanation of what we do and how we take trades. And the way we take trades is by utilizing a tool called the volume profile. In this book, you can actually see how you set up the volume profile correctly. Okay, so if you are also looking at the volume profile the way we do, you have to put in certain settings there to have it the exact same, okay? And the way to do that is by going to, let me just show you the settings so you understand what I mean here. Volume profile, settings. The row size is 128 and the value area volume is 70. You go here, actually click it here. You go here, you click on this one. It's a standard tool in TradingView, all right? You cannot use it on any other broker, in my opinion, than OANDA or futures. Now, Forex.com doesn't work. It doesn't allow you to utilize the volume profile, okay? If you're using it and you say, hey, it doesn't work for me, change it to OANDA, right? Or try futures if you trade futures. Then it should work fine. Hi Lorenzo, it might be a stupid question, but is there any indicator for trading sessions? Yes, I use this one right here. It's called trading sessions. Just type in trading sessions, okay? I think they made it a standard tool now. All right. Oh man, I hope we really break that 4,119 level. Similar to this, actually. Similar to something that we've seen here, by the way. You have this range, right? You manipulate down, you break out. In this case, we never had that retest. But that's a perfect example of how we want to utilize this same range right here. Now we're creating like a W formation. If you can break out here, that would be very good. Sometimes, most of the time I trade gold, but sometimes there are just moments in time when I just don't like gold at all. Like sometimes there's just nothing that I really like or the trade already played out during the London session or something like that. This is when I use, like, when I look at the Forex setups. Yesterday we hit the dollar yen, for example. We barely survived it, but we got it. But, you know, it could be that sometimes I trade gold, sometimes I trade the CFD, right? The Forex pairs as well. Just so you know in advance. Murtaza Burgi, my man, thank you for the sub, G. What's up? Kevin says, I stopped analyzing on TradingView completely. Too many discretionary principles, I guess. Is that discretionary, sorry. In prices between exchanges. I only use ATAS for now for order flow, never going back. I mean, it is good to have like a centralized data point. I agree. It's just that I've been working with OANDA for years. I've done hundreds, if not thousands of trades on the OANDA chart using the VaR profile. And it's just, I can confirm that it works for me. So when I trade CFD. So that's the only reason why. Funny enough, only with OANDA. It might be because it's one of the biggest, I don't know. I think FTMO owns OANDA right now, right? They bought it. They bought OANDA. Which is crazy, right? Isn't it crazy that you understand that a prop firm bought a broker, if not the biggest broker, one of the biggest brokers. Like OANDA Vantage, right? Ah, crazy. That shows you how much money these guys are making. It's unbelievable. Lorenzo, why is your ebook free? It's worth at least $300. Well, it's very simple. I want to give as much more value in the industry. I want to give as much value as possible in the industry and anyone else for free. And build an army of traders. That's what I want. An absolute army of killers. And we already have an army of traders. I'm not trying. We already have them. That's the point. They're right here. They're all streaming right now. Look at that. Look at Vanessa. Shorting the Euro USD. That's it. Boom. Army of profitable traders. That's the goal here. Shout out to Vanessa. Does it worry you when a candle doesn't have a bottom wick, like the current on the 4-hour on OANDA? I'm not a big fan of it. It's not by definition like a real issue. I would prefer a bottom wick to be set. Yes, I would. I would definitely prefer a bottom wick to be set there. But it all depends on how we close. So if we manage to pull down, it is what it is, right? I think we can still push down. I think the low is, where's the low? It's not actually that low. It's actually, it's right there, right? If we can flip this candle, set in the bottom wick and flip again and break out, that will be the ideal case scenario. That would be the ideal case scenario. Right, I agree with you. Set in the bottom wick and then flip bullish. If that's the case, then Ryu says, W the trading floor, most of us are in an EU short. Amazing. Ryu, do you mind explaining that setup? Or Vanessa, let me know in the chat, please. That would be awesome. Let me know in the YouTube chat, then I will get into the chat here. That would be awesome. Maybe you guys can show the YouTube fam how we trade or what the reason is behind the trade. Ryu, okay, cool. Let me go to your screen. Yo, what up, Ryu? What's up? 1 second, man. 1 second.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you, man. Yo, go for it, bro.
It was. Yeah, for sure. So we saw that the euro was trending downwards here since last Friday, basically, and you can see here. First of all, this range was created. It broke below, created another range, then pushed back to this range. And if you draw the volume profile, you can see the tap to the fixed PLC here, magic touch, immediately rejected. So this was a CERC from this range and a CME from this range. You can see broke below, retest the fixed value low, and a 15-minute entry model 1 because it was also a 4-hour candle closure here. So this was basically the top wick created, and now it's dropping hard.
Bro, that's
And,
the
one of the
cleanest setup. That's a fantastic trade. Really nice.
Yes.
Aligning with the higher time frame too. I love it.
Yes. Dollar gave the confirmation as well, making a CME.
Amazing, man. All right, keep up the good work, guys. Very nice.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about, G's. That's what I'm talking about. I am new. How to get the PDF? You can go to this link right here, my G. You go to more in the description. You click on this link, and it shows you the link of our book. You fill in your email, and you download the book for free. Okay? That's how you do it. And if you want to take it to the next level, you can join our Telegram as well. If you want to have more setups outside of just streams. For example, the guys just took a Euro USD short, right? All these things are also talked about in our, not just VIP, but also in our Telegram group, which is great for starters if you're new to LTA concepts. All right, I hope we break down. I hope we actually set in the bottom wick here. That would be nice. I hope we come down a little bit, set in the bottom wick, but it seems like we are gonna push. We're gonna push higher. But let's look at the gold futures chart and look at the 4-hour here, right? It's pretty obvious right now that we are dealing with a strong 4-hour candle on the futures chart. So I would prioritize this any day. But even the 30-minute, I agree, hasn't set in a bottom wicker. So I would prefer to flip this too and then re-break the highs. If that's the case, I would definitely be entering along right away. But it looks not that weak though. I will still give it a shot. And futures still holding up really well on the 4-hour. Regardless, we need to break the highs first. Lorenzo, do you have many other women on the trading floor? Yes, we have a couple. We have a couple. Not that many, but the ones that are actually, that's funny, in our trading floor are actually really good traders. Yeah. They're more patient. That's what I've learned. They're more patient. Guys just want to like, fuck it. Let's enter. Fuck it. Right? That's kind of the mentality. These women are like very precise. Sometimes a bit too careful though. So you have to like, you know, it's funny how that works. Yeah. If we come down here, I just want to set in that low, man. If we can break that low and then reflip bullish, that would be A+. On YouTube, it's different, right? We all go full margin on YouTube. In the trading floor, we are all extremely precise. Extremely precise. Different assets. Today I did a session in the trading floor about volume or about supply and demand as well. Higher time frame supply and demand. I don't use supply and demand under the 8-hour time frame. So it's only the 8-hour, 12-hour, daily, weekly, monthly. Yeah, let's just take out the lows now then. Let's set in the bottom wick on the 4-hour. Let's do this first. Gold low-key refusing with our stacks of cash, but we're gonna let's see what happens, man. We're gonna see if we can take the trade again. I'm gonna risk a proper 2 bands on this one if you do breakout. Keep in mind, silver is not there yet. Silver is still acting silly. So that might have some impact too on gold as well. You might want to mention Monday's VIP in Telegram going over supply and demand. Yeah, so what I did today is we have the VIP. This is more for the elite guys, right? That are really, really serious about trading. They want to trade guys live in the VIP in Discord on a day-to-day basis. So they can be here during the London session, New York session, pretty much every day, and come together and trade the same setups if they align, right? And communicate as well together. Talking about the book, talking about things that they learn, right? It's constantly getting better. Like you speed up your process by 20, 30 times, right? They're all now in the Euro USD trade, short, for example. The Telegram is something that I use to share setups like that, to consistently share setups or things like that as well that I see, to give my daily market updates. Also share things from the trading floor, from the VIP, when I do like an educational session or something like that. Sometimes I act a little bit retarded. You know, these things. Of course, also winning. Winning, winning, and winning. We want to see winning people. Okay, bottom wick B. B, did I say B? G, bottom wick. If we now re-break the highs, that will be very good. That will be very nice. What is the volume indicator you place there? The volume profile. This is something I'm gonna repeat a million times throughout the next coming months on the stream. This is the volume profile, my friend. It measures the amount of trades executed at certain price levels. This is a good example, a really, really good example on gold here. I was already in a dollar yen trade, so I didn't take this trade because I was already in a trade. But what happened was, right? We created a range right here. We utilized the volume profile of that range right there. Let me actually show you so you understand how freaking clean this is, okay? Look at that. We are in a range. So gold is ranging, right? In resistance, of course. We knew there was resistance there, right? We talked about it one. Then what happened after that range? We broke out. Boom. Now we broke out of that range, okay? We call that a potential CERC pattern. Why do we call that a CERC pattern? And that is because we are bullish biased on gold for other reasons. I'm not going to go over that right now. But that is the consolidation, expansion, retracement, continuation setup. Now, what do? You utilize the fixed range volume profile from the left to the right. So you mark out this level right here, you utilize this tool. You place it over that range right there, okay? And once you place it over the range, you have three key levels. You have the value high, the value low, and the point of control. The point of control in that range is sitting at this level, right? Look at that. It's sitting at 4,041.955, okay? That's the exact level where in that range, the most trades were executed. So in that range, the most trades were executed at that level. Why is this important? Well, most of the time, when price pulls back and it comes back to that level, there is a reason, right? Just think about it from this perspective. There is a reason why so many trades were executed at that exact price level. There's a reason. There's apparently institutional interest there, right? There's a serious amount of more volume traded there rather than here below, for example. So what happens? Price pulls back. That's the retracement, right? The expansion here, the consolidation, expansion, retracement. It taps into that level. Institutions want to protect that level. So they start continuing to defend that price level. It's buyers versus sellers, right? Buyers win, boom, and price continues to go up higher. Took some time though, but it left the station. It left station, okay? And that's how we came all the way back to where we are now. And we're working our way back towards where we are now. And that is right here. It's actually not an indicator, by the way. It's actually a tool. It's a standard trading view tool. Yeah, the good thing about this 4-hour candle right now is that indeed, you're right. The 4-hour has now been set, right? So even if we drop here, let's say we drop again into that 4-hour support, for example, right? Let's say we drop into the support again, right here, for example, and we flip again bullish. This is on the 4-hour. Then that's really good. That's a really bullish sign, right? That's like, then it's really go time. Like, it's pretty obvious. And on the 5-minute time frame, it will be a clean break. We are still ranging right now, but yeah. Can I execute this trade with a $10 account? I think you can. I mean, like 0.01, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. If you have a, I don't know. Is that possible, G's? Let me know. Someone in the chat knows. Keep in mind, in 30 seconds, we have the New York Stock Exchange open, right? So if this ranges now, it's just gonna it's gonna continue to range. At some point, we need to break out, and I hope that this will happen around the New York Stock Exchange open. So actually, right now, or right now, within the next at least 15 minutes. Truth Seeker says CERC patterns are my most profitable. They work so well. Page 47 in the ebook, that's free to download, really has been a game changer for me. Yeah, that's the exact setup we talked about right here. That's the CERC. Very nice. I love it. It's one of my favorites too. The CME and the CERC. Happens on gold all the time. All the time. All the time. Depends on what time frame you look at, of course. Like you can take it as low as you want, but the accuracy will be lower. That's just the reality. Do you take into account indicators such as the Bollinger Bands? The Bollinger Bands are interesting because they're built around volatility, but I'm not using them. I don't have enough experience with Bollinger Bands. I don't. So I don't know. I don't use them. Okay, New York Stock Exchange has opened up. Show us a breakout, G's. Show us a breakout. Where is that song? I'm looking for that one song. Such a good song, man. No. No. Whatever. Okay. 5-minute flip. I'm happy that this 4-hour candle right now has created a bottom wick. It's good. On futures, we're going to actually close the 4-hour candle in 30 minutes. So yeah. For $90, which lot size is good? Well, it depends, bro, of how much risk do you want to take. Do you want to risk it all, or you want to risk a percentage? I recommend you to risk a percentage. Don't put your faith in one trade. It's not worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it. Especially if it's like all your money, right? And you put everything on like one trade. Tough one. It's a tough one. If you have, let's say, $1,000 or whatever, you have like, let's say you have 10 G's, right? We have $1,000. Yeah, okay. If you then let's say take $100 and you put it all on one trade, okay, whatever, right? If you put $100 on your account, you have $1,000, but you deposit $100. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, if you can break out here, that would be awesome. That would be really good. That would be really good. 4 hours seems to be set right now. We just talked about that support, right? It seems to be hit again. Look at that. That same level seems to be hit. If you just break out right now, that would be really good. We'll see what happens, but it will give us it will give me a proper setup that I would trade any day of the week. Yeah, Lorenzo, yesterday's trade was absolutely crazy. I survived, made a big amount of money, eventually a 4-hour setup. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, yesterday, man. Yeah. It took some time, for sure. It took some time. I always love how people come to the streams, right? And whenever I'm wrong about something, right, they love to show me that I'm wrong. And then when price turns around and I win the trade, eventually you never hear from them again. They're gone. So that's why, right? It's better to be humble. It's better to be humble from both sides, also from my side. It's always better to be humble because, like, yeah. Fuck being humble. Fuck that. Joking. Do whatever you want. Mohammed says, I was waiting for my setup to establish, then accidentally found your channel, and now I am waiting alongside you because our setups are telling us the same thing. Okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it is wild that we haven't broken out yet, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty wild right now. Dollar is, it's the dollar strength, man. That's probably why. Dollar is strong, gold is strong. It just doesn't want to come down. I think silver is still weak, is still there. Is silver still on the weaker side? Let's look at silver. No, actually it's looking better now. Like we talked about, we waited for that volume to be hit. And it did. It did tap into it. Crazy. Wow. Yeah, so this should be good for gold, right? It should be breaking out now. Like, I don't see anything stopping it, but yeah. Bro, I'm short. What do you think? Good question. I mean, did you enter from where did you enter number one, and what is your exit? Because if it's a quick scalp internally in this range, maybe it's a good trade. Yeah. Gold is struggling clearly, right, to break out. We're waiting for the breakout. I'm waiting for the breakout. I'm waiting for that continuation of the trend right now. Range, manipulation, breakout. Range, breakout, retest. Range, breakout, retest. Range, manipulation. That's how the market moves. It ranges, it either manipulates and then goes into that same direction, or it breaks out. In this case, we're waiting for the breakout. Are you going to enter directly? No, we want to break the highs. We want to break the highs first. Want to break the highs first. Mick, my G, thank you for the sub, my bro. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Lorenzo, are you on Twitch? I'm actually not on Twitch, bro. No, just YouTube. I like YouTube, man. I like YouTube. It's more serious. It's a bit more serious, right? Twitch, Kick, also Kick. I heard this a lot now. Yo, Lorenzo, just go to Kick. Daniel says, I think it will be ranging till FOMC. Yeah, it might be, man. I hope not. I hope not. We definitely want to break out with some volume, right? We definitely want to push higher. We don't want to like scramble to the upside, right? We definitely want to see a break, a displacement, an imbalance getting created. That would be the ideal case. If I was right now with the trading floor guys trading, I will be clearly trading the Euro USD right now. What's up, Jaya? Welcome to the stream, G. What's up, Tama? Welcome to the stream. Thank you. All right, guys, let's smash up that like button. Let's absolutely crush the like button today. We have 1,200 people watching. Let's absolutely smash it. 300 likes, man. What is that? What do guys on Kick ask? Or on Twitch? How does that work? On YouTube, we need likes, okay? On YouTube, we need likes. And we need a lot of likes. We need so many likes that our head falls off, that I can eat my shoe. That's how the YouTube business works, in case you didn't know that yet. So Lorenzo, before LTA, what was your best trading strategy indicator? Bro, I have been talking about the volume profile on YouTube for years. For years. Bro, even when I had long hair, okay? I was already talking about YouTube, about the volume profile already. Like, here, this is me 3 years ago, right? What's up, Adi? Welcome back. Good to see you.
More, we're seeing a rally, we're seeing a base, we're seeing a drop, confirming there a beautiful area of supply, even though it's just a 3-candle, pattern right there. But we're using our point of control as our tool of reference. And the reason why we call this a naked point of control is because it has never been touched before. So this is then our entry point, putting our stop loss actually underneath this range as well, to then mitigate again price back down over time. So we saw exactly how effective it is. So the only difference that we make personally is to understand that volume is extremely important to combine with an area of supply or demand. So in essence, what we use is the
volume is extremely important to combine with supply or demand. Years back, bro. OG. I'm telling you, OG. All right? What is this? Years. Now everyone is talking about the volume profile. Yeah. Years. Years, my G. So ever since then, I've been pretty much trading unprofitable for the last 4 years straight on YouTube, live on stream. Yo, what's up? Thank you for the sub, my G. Arinder Singh, thank you for the sub, G. Welcome back. Lorenzo, how much the book map? Okay, help me right now. The book map. I haven't checked the book map. Jackie Che, welcome. We're all waiting for the same breakout, G's. We're all waiting for the same breakout. A lot of new people, if you're new. We're gonna go over how we utilize, what we do actually on this stream here, because it's trading. Trading is one thing, right? Taking a lot of trades over time. If we see a trade, we take the trade live on stream, obviously. I know we're not here wasting our time, but there's nothing better, in my opinion, than to learn something while you are. If you become so obsessed with trade, you're gonna be stuck in that loop where you only look for the next trade, and well, guess what? Before you know it, 2 years have passed and you still haven't learned shit. Do you recognize this, by the way? If you do, be honest and let me know in the chat, please, because I did that for a while. I just was obsessed with the next trade, and I was more excited about trading than learning, than studying, right? And it doesn't mean that you can study actively, right? You can take trades and study at the same time. You don't have to study separately, right? But you need to know, or you need to learn, you need to understand. It needs to become a habit in order to succeed, okay? Otherwise, you're just gonna waste your time, right? That's pretty much it. So taking trades is one thing, but it's so important to also learn along the way here and to really understand the reasoning behind every freaking setup, right? The more confident you will get, by the way. And then you're not going to cry after a losing trade, because, you know, if you think that someone on YouTube is Godzilla, always winning 100% of the time, well, you are wrong. You are mistaken, my friend. But if you understand his or her strategy and you're confident about that, then there is nothing to worry about. How do I set up the trading view? What, the volume profile? There's only one way. You go to this section here. It's already there, right? Do you see the volume profile section there? It shows you already the volume profile. I mean, at least for me. Maybe not. You have to go here. Click on this one. You draw it over a range. The standard, it's going to look like this. It's going to look really, really bad, right? It's a bit weird. So you need to change that. You need to go to the settings. 128 and 70. So it's more refined, right? And then you have these three levels. And these three levels are the levels that we're looking for, okay? We have something that's called high volume nodes and low volume nodes. We talk about this another time. But these are the levels you need to mark out. This is what we're looking for right now as well. Dollar is super bullish. Yeah, I think so. I agree. I think the dollar is absolutely crushing it right now. And we knew this yesterday. Price stepped into the demand zone. We saw it coming, right? We saw it freaking coming. If this candle closes above this high, we have a new daily demand zone right here. Not confirmed yet, right? But if you do, not confirmed, then the dollar remains bullish for the rest of the week. If the FOMC tonight doesn't mess up the daily candle today. That's it. We need to see the daily closure, of course, on the dollar. But right now we're looking really strong. And I think this is the reason why gold is kind of struggling here. Because, yeah. Gold is not weak at all, right? The fact that the dollar, and this is also an important layer right now, right? The dollar is absolutely pushing. Dollar is going like bananas right now. Gold is in a range. Does that show that gold is strong, or does that show that gold is weak? It shows strength on gold because gold should have been coming down right now while the dollar was pushing higher. So that didn't happen. So the only thing that we're looking for is a weaker dollar or dollar being in resistance. And if the dollar then starts slowing down, then gold will hopefully break out aggressively. But if the dollar doesn't stop this session, yeah, then gold is going to keep ranging. That's just the reality. The longer the range, the bigger the breakout. I agree. Abi says, I'm new here. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you, bro. Where from? Where are you from? Nigeria. All right, man. Good to see you, bro. Indonesia. Selamat malam, G. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere here. At least we're trying to. I think the dollar is still it's unbelievable how strong the dollar is today, geez. That's fine, man. The guys in the trading floor have been absolutely crushing it because they made the right decision. Short to Euro USD today. They've done it right. They really did it right. Yeah, that was a really nice setup right there. Super good. I'm very proud of these guys because they work together very well, and they are all live. And that's the beautiful thing about Discord, right? They can get all live together. Like you 4 people live at the same time. So if you like this person more than this person, right? But I think everyone likes each other equally here, and they're just all learning from each other. Crazy. So, man, I hope we can push it. It looks good, though. 30 minutes, right? Let's clean it up real quick. 30 minutes looks solid. The 1 hour looks good. The 4 hour looks good. We talked about that support, right? On the 4 hour. The re-break of that high. The 8 hour. The 12 hour. The daily. Everything looks decent. We have a lot of room. The only thing is that I think is important for you to pay attention to is this right here. And if you go to gold futures. Let me type in gold futures. Gold futures. This 4 hour candle is going to close in 4 minutes and 55 seconds. 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So that means that on this candle, right here, on the 4 hour, on the gold futures chart, which is actually where the most volume is traded on, more than the OANDA chart, more than the CFD chart, right? Futures is much more prominent. That 4 hour candle is going to open up. So keep that in mind. So if we have now that, let's say, the 4 hour closure, and the new candle opens up, sets in a bottom wick, and it flips bullish, it's a good deal. If it just comes up and it doesn't set in the bottom wick, it might want to come down a little more still in the short term. But we're breaking out. So let's see if we can close this. Hourly closure is in 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Finally, man, we at least do something here. It's great. Really good. Okay, so we have the breakout. This is the new, these are our levels. We have the fixed very high at 4120, so 4120. The point of control is sitting at 4113. This new candle is going to open up. I'm going to place a limit order, I think. If this candle closes there, I'm going to place a limit order at the very high. Risk 1.6. 2 lots, I guess. Four, 1, 1, 7.4. Hourly closure very close. I think 2 minutes left for the hourly closure. $1.5. I think 2 lots. 2 lots, roughly speaking, yeah. 1.8. $1.8. $1.87. Perhaps 7 minutes. I will be blowing my account with this one. Why? You're short? Are you short now? Now, holy shit. That's a crazy push, by the way. Holy fuck. Right into the 4-hour closure on futures. Wow. We have to look at futures too. I set my limit order already here. I have set my entry. Wow, that was a crazy push. Where's futures now? Now, the thing is about futures, look at that. So, the 4-hour now has been set. If we can create the bottom wick here. New 4-hour candle on futures. $4,117.6. 4117. Lorenzo, can I mail you my order flow chart for that candle? Yes, you can. You can send it to me on Discord or... yeah, I mean, yes. You can send it to my email, whatever you want. Let me know. You can do that for sure. Yeah, so you guys know the setup, right? For the new people that don't know the setup, in this case, we turn it into a CERC play. So the consolidation, expansion, retracement, continuation. Our bias throughout the whole session was bullish already. And we have certain execution models that we use all the time. It's a setup after setup here. It's very mechanical. It's a very mechanical process here. Okay, just so you know. Very mechanical process. And it's been proven to be profitable for us. And with us, I mean us. Andrea says full TP on Euro USD. Congratulations, G's. Congratulations, man.
Chat, Lorenzo.
Yo, guys, congratulations. It was a beautiful trade.
Thank you, G.
Thank you, G. Yeah, very, very nice.
Love it. Yeah, dollar absolutely crushed it today. Wow.
Yeah, broke both 8-hour supplies.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, good work. Took trades at 4107, 4102, and 4111, all out for 4,500 for the day. My G. How much did you risk on that trade? How much did you risk on that trade? To be honest, I don't think it's gonna look like it's gonna come back. I mean, hey, it doesn't look like it when it's bullish, and then it suddenly turns around and it comes back, right? You never know. You never know, but that's not usually how I like to look at it. I like to look at it from a perspective of that's what I want to see. And if it happens, it happens. Great. If it doesn't, all good. Hi Lorenzo, can you insert the mask of your live trade under the video? The mask of your live trade under the video. I don't know what you mean, sorry. The mask under the video. Well, we're pushing back. We're pushing down a little bit. So let's see if it can get filled. I sent you the image on Discord, okay. Yeah, strong positive delta there, yeah. 22, 30 trades, significant amount of volume. I like that too. I think it aligns with what we're looking at, right? Pretty much. Yeah, it's just that there is that imbalance there, you mean. He stacked imbalances there. So it actually pushes down a bit higher. I don't know. We'll see. I think it looks... It looks good. EU 14N, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Gee, why is the entry there? It's the fixed value high. Yo, what up? RDAD Hymans. What's happening? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the sub, G. Do you see if this big candle makes now the rejection? Yeah. It would be awesome to see gold pushing down, right? Pushing back into that level. It's actually as well that demand in this case. So if you look at it, it's actually 1 hour demand if you look at it from that perspective. But it's also the value area high, right? That's what we're focused on. Just checking, is it the right level? 1470, 14, yeah, it is. How much do you risk? I think it's around $2,500 to $3,000. It's pretty standard. Bradful day, gold looking bullish. Let's find some support then fly. I agree, man. I hope that we push down and get filled. I really hope so. Why do you think volume is king? What about fair value gaps, order blocks? Well, think about this from this perspective, right, my man? Think about it from this way. What is happening behind just candlesticks and candlestick patterns and candlesticks in general, right? What's happening behind the scenes? You have people hitting the bid, you have people hitting the ask. You have people setting passive buy orders, setting passive sell orders, right? Limit orders. That's the true essence behind it. So if at a specific price level, right, more orders are getting executed for some reason, no one knows why, isn't that something to be aware of? Is it not wise to be aware of, like knowing where the most trades were executed? There's a reason why it happened. Clearly, we don't have to know what the reason is. So I prefer to use volume over anything else. Volume and price to be specific, because it just shows us exactly where that activity took place. I can use that as my shield. When I take a position, I know, hey, that level where the most orders were executed is in between my stop loss and my entry. So that's nice. That's good to know. That can work as additional support. I have passive buyers and sellers versus aggressive buyers and sellers. That's what it's all about. So for value gaps and like order blocks, yes. On the higher time frame supply and demand, I think it makes sense. I think there's like larger accumulation or distribution taking place all the time, like a larger accumulation. I'm gonna buy, as a bank, I'm gonna buy some euro there. I'm gonna buy some euro at this level. I'm gonna buy some euro at that level. I don't want to get filled all the way through. I want to spread my orders amongst all these different zones, these different levels. So supply and demand on the higher time frame, that accumulation on the higher time frame, great. That's what I'm looking at. Lower time frame, to me, it's all about where has the most trading activity, where was the most trades, where were the most trades executed. Best shorts, dollar yen went crazy. Man, if people stayed in that trade that we took yesterday. Oh, look at that, man. That was here. Our trade was there, right? Absolutely wild. Yeah. Crazy. Fair value gaps are just repackaged concept of the low volume node. Exactly, correct. Abish, Babu, my G, what's up? Can you analyze the oil chart, please? I would love to, but we're so close to getting filled here. I need to pay some attention to this potential trade. That's why. No FOMO. No freaking FOMO. Where in the Netherlands are you from? I'm from Rotterdam. But I haven't been there in like 5 years, so I don't know. I haven't been in the Netherlands in a long time. I already won $150 while you are waiting. Great. Congratulations, man. I hope you win more. I hope you win more, my friend. There's a lot of information stating that supply and demand zones is where institutions such as market makers, big banks, and hedge funds operate. How about that? I mean, what I believe is that larger institutions usually show some sort of footprint. Right? They leave some sort of footprint behind, for sure. I've seen supply and demand working now for the past like years, and it just is so freaking accurate on the higher time frame. It's just too crazy, man. But the thing is, when I look at the higher time frame and I look at supply and demand on the higher time frame, like if I'm a day trader and I want to get in and out of my position, right? Like I can't take a trade from a 12-hour demand zone. Like I can't do that. Like, I mean, I could in theory, right? But like, if this would be my entry, my stop loss would be like, you know, 400 pips. Like that's just not gonna do it. So that's why we work our way down to the lower time frame. You know, that's the key difference. Lorenzo, if this trade doesn't come down now and it does later, would you still keep your limit order up? I would. Yeah, I would. I would keep my limit order up because it's the same setup as we saw here. It's the same trade, by the way. It looks the exact same. I hope we actually come down and break and retest our zone and get filled earlier. I hope so on stream. But that's definitely the setup, right? Like this is the entry, boom, breakout, retest, entry. We saw that here as well on this one right here. Same thing. Cimi trade. We've seen that here on this range right here. Look at that. You see that? You see the value area high here? Look at that range, the breakout, the retest, value area high, boom. We're seeing something similar now again. It's the third time. We saw it here. 1, 2, 3, potentially 4, right? So yeah, I will keep the order up in case. Like we've seen it this whole trend up already. I'm rather patient getting these like really good sniper entries that I like, that I really trust than trying to chase the market. And yeah, maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't work out, but then my risk to reward gets fucked. All these layers, right? I prefer to just work with limits, and sometimes you get filled immediately, sometimes it takes some time, and sometimes unfortunately you don't. But if you look here just at this trend since yesterday, it happened already 4 times. So how to develop a strategy after knowing concept, just put them together and backtest like a madman. I would trade live. I would test in real time. Like backtesting is great. If you can backtest, great. But just backtest it a little bit, okay? So you understand kind of how the strategy works and stuff. You know what I mean? Like just so you have an understanding, okay, there is potential here. I believe in this. I think this makes sense. Like start marking out what we talked about, right? Or follow your boy on Instagram. I have like 100 tutorials explaining exactly how to mark out the volume profile correctly. So if you are completely new, you can just check out my IG, right? And you know, I have a bunch of like trades there. Whatever you want. Whatever you want, my friend. Okay? Whatever you want, it's right there. So follow your boy. And then you have a lot of tutorials there as well. You can just see how it works and how we execute. If you think, like, yeah, man, this has potential, right? Like from your testing, then I would immediately take it to the live markets because it's always going to be different. Always going to be different. All right, 50 minutes is flipping bearish. So let's see. Yeah, the void profile is awesome. I've been using this for a while now. It's absolutely a game changer for me. Would recommend it to everyone. Amazing. Yeah. Yeah, the guys in our group had an amazing trade with it as well here. Not just today, like, you know, constantly. Also in our Telegram. Right, we're always talking about these setups here. Let me see if they show. Yeah. They always use the volume profile. It is a very simple tool to start with and to practice with. And then you get better at it. So first you use the volume profile. You know, you go here, you click on that link, you go to the volume profile here. You cannot see it, right? The fixed range volume profile. You click on it, you mark it out, and you start testing these ranges. So that's just the foundation, right? Start marking out ranges, and then see what happens when you pull back into one of your levels. Okay? So value area high, point of control, and value area low, which we didn't really mark out because we are in an uptrend. So what happens if price pulls back? The first level it's going to tap into is the value area high. Okay, you will see. I can almost guarantee you already the price will react from it. So practice with this first, and then you from there onwards you start at least understanding how to execute. Once you understand how to execute, then you need more context. So then you need to understand, okay, but when should I look for shorts? When should I look for longs? All right, and this is where a bunch of other stuff comes into play that we talk about all the time. But for the beginning, the first thing with my students that I've done, the first thing, I just tell them, use this and execute as many trades as you can. And then some people were like, ah, shit, it doesn't work for me. And then other people were like, it works sometimes, so now and then, but I can't seem to like consistently nail it. And then we brought in all the other things, like the important layers. When to go long, when to go short. Higher time frame. And that was the game changer. Emmanuel says, I'm selling right now into your stop loss zone, going in heavy. You were the same guy that was shorting dollar yen yesterday and were laughing at me before price turned around and smashed our TPs. I see a pattern. I can smell a pattern, not a trading pattern, a human psychological pattern. Guys, do you think that trading support and resistance with retest and trendline is a good strategy for gold? I mean, anything can work if you have the right context, the right bias. The problem with me is with support and resistance. I'm having a hard time understanding how to get a good risk to reward and how to also put my stop loss at the right place. Do you analyze top down? Engage if your bias is bearish or bullish. Yes. So the only reason why we're looking at bias here is because of the higher time frame. Why not sell into your entry? Because what if it keeps going? What if it doesn't come back? Then I'm in a sell in a bullish trend. In a breakout. And I'm stuck in my position. Going against my strategy. Why would I take a sell there? If your intention is to take a sell there for your strategy, then it's great, right? But to take a hedge short now to then get into my long, I haven't seen that being, working here. So it depends. It depends on your strategy. If this works for you, then you should do this, right? Trade that. Why don't you wait to see the price action and then enter with the next bullish candle? And take a smaller stop loss. I mean, I could do that in theory, right? So is this a reason? Like, this is an example, right? Now we're getting really close to getting filled here. And if I entered now aggressively, I will be, I'll be in drawdown. I would be in drawdown right now. You know what I mean? The only thing that I would not like is if he would flip bullish now. I'm in deep profit from my sell. Stop loss at break even. Congrats. Congratulations, bro. Are you aware of the FOMC? Yes, but we still have time. Come on. This is why we don't freaking chase the market, man. Hope this is a good example. Okay, we're in. Stop. 3,000 bucks right there. Okay, we're in. Finally. We tapped into our first level, the very high. And let's see. If I would be chasing the market, I would be now entering right on that break there. I would be trying to enter above, somewhere in the middle of that candle. I would be in serious trouble. My stop loss, my drawdown would be much bigger. Pretty much anything could be, you know, would work against me there. So yeah. All right, so what about the point of control? That's the level where the most volume was traded. This is right here at 4,113.4. So yeah, you want to hold that level, right? That's kind of the ideal, of course. Lorenzo, why not trading futures? I'm also trading futures as well. I'm trading on my personal account too, though. Why not? When break even? That's a good point, actually. That's a good question. So what I would be looking at is yeah, the break of the highs, right? The break of the highs. The break of the highs would be nice. My question was different. I mean, if you had to wait now to see another bullish reaction to enter and to have a stop loss now much tighter. You mean wait for that reaction, have a tighter stop loss? Yeah, that's an entry model that we have, that we sometimes utilize as well here. It's true, but I don't think that having a tighter stop loss is always the best solution though. If your target is reasonable enough and your risk to reward is reasonable enough and it makes sense, then it's not only about getting that tight stop loss for me. Very low close below the very high. Does not matter. I mean, our stop loss, my stop loss is where my stop loss has to be, right? So I know what I'm risking. I know what I'm willing to lose. Yesterday we won. Yesterday we made 5.7, I guess. So let's see what happens today. Lorenzo, do you let your trade play out or you put it break even when it hits a 1.1? Break even 1.1. Yeah, usually we do. Not always, like sometimes I'm like, you know, just letting the trade run. Most of the time I do though. What lot size do you usually open? It depends. Depends on my stop. It depends. It depends. Yeah, if you can break the highs, that would be perfect. Then we're pretty much we're secured. That's what we want to see. We want to see that follow through. Jerome Powell is speaking. Not right now. He's not speaking, right? No. You have the FOMC statement at 2. Why set the TP at that level? The reason why I'm looking at this level is because of a higher time frame. If you go back to the 12-hour, it's pretty clean traffic actually. Yeah, we're facing some resistance, but it's pretty clean. This 12-hour candle will close in 6 hours. We still have a long way to go. That new 4-hour candle broke out or was created, actually bounced from this level here. So we had that kind of 4-hour support. We're flipping higher now. I mean, the clean action is there, right? This is where, like, this is the 12-hour supply. I want to trade into that supply zone. That's my target. I think it's possible. And I think it's at least possible to break the highs and to secure ourselves. So yeah, anyways, let's see what happens. You trade smart money. I trade dumb money. I trade dumb money retail. No. I trade smart money, yes. I trade the volume profile. Lorenzo, yesterday's trade was crazy. I am still in that trade. Bro, you're still in? You're still in that trade? Yeah, that's crazy, man. Because it absolutely flew today. Wow. Well, congratulations, man. Well done. You're still in the trade. That's awesome. That's congrats. It's great for you. Do we need to close the trade? If you don't feel comfortable with the setup, just don't enter the trade in general, right? Like we know, you guys know that we or the new guys maybe don't know. But we trade the exact same setup over and over again. That's pretty much it. So if you ask the question like, hey, should I get out now or whatever, then just don't get in general. Or cut your trades short early, or do whatever you want to do. But you know, we do this over and over and over and over and over again. It's the same setup. So just stick to the process, I guess. Stick to the process and let's hope that every trade will work out in our favor, which obviously will never happen, but I hope so. What's your win rate, and do you have a video on your channel explaining your strategy? I will post content about this strategy. We have done like hundreds of live streams already. We have a huge community already. But I will be posting content soon, yes. I was in Dubai, then I went to Thailand, so now I'm like finally back home, so I can finally start with the content. My job was already to give it, you know, to finish it before, but then I had to travel. What is the win rate? It depends. I think averaging over the last 6 months, we have done over 67%, 70%, 67 to 70%. But win rate is one thing, right? But to me, it's more about risk to reward ratio. So if I can, let's say I risk $1,000, I want to make at least $2,000, right? I don't want to go below like a 2-to-1. The 2-to-1 to me is like what I want to achieve. So with a 2-to-1, having, let's say, a 40% win rate should be already enough. It's not going to be really highly profitable yet, right? So we want to increase that to 40, to 50, to 60, like to 70%. If we can have like a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio with 70% win rate, then you're good. Then you're very good. Lorenzo, are you already close to your next payout? No, we just got our payout. So we're kind of starting over again, right? We literally just received our payout. Why you keep doing it manually instead of automizing it? The reason why is because, you know, there's more context behind it, you know? Like, I'm still figuring out. I would love to automate my strategy, but like, to be honest, I don't know how to do it properly, to be honest. If you want to have the honest opinion, like, there are variables that I cannot seem to automate. Like, I mean, it takes a lot of work, I guess. It takes a lot of work. Like, how can I automate this process, right? That's the question. How can I automate this process? You know what I mean? It's gonna be very hard. Fool says you said it yourself, it's mechanical. Yeah, the execution is, but the bias isn't. That's the key difference. The bias isn't. If I can automate my bias, so I can know, okay, that bot, that system is telling me, oh, you're bullish biased. Fucking great. Then I would love to do that. Are we trading or just chatting? I mean, we have been in position already, man. And yesterday we were in our position for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So yeah, we're trading. But we cannot keep, you know, trade. Well, once the trade is done, it's done. We just have to sit it out. How much did you risk? Around 2.5. Wait, let me see here how much it is total. Around 2.5K. 2.9. It's crazy though, like all the I don't know what's going on, but like in the last, let's say, month, we only had a couple of like easy trades, right? Where it just went like boom, entry, perfect, take profit immediately. And then we have a bunch of trades that then almost stop us out and still go to our TP. Also, which is crazy. How much did you risk in percentage? How much is this? Like 4%, 5%? But that's on an account, right? Like, this is not like, okay, cool. This is my balance, sure. Right? But that's not like, I'm not gonna put my whole net worth on my trading account. Obviously. I mean, I could, in theory. But you only need like, you know, a certain amount of margin, right? So if I could say, okay, if I just have like, you know, an X amount of money, then I put this amount of money on my trading account and then I just risk a bit more. But if it's all your money and you put it on one trade, yeah, That's not gonna work. Siad, welcome G. Thanks for the sub. Hope you're doing well. Full margin, no stop loss. Yeah, man. Let's just fuck it. Let's remove our stop loss. Let's remove our stop loss and just let... Whatever, man. Is Ryu still in the big ass gold trade? No. They were trading the Euro USD today. And I'm here stuck in drawdown on gold. My G's in the trading floor. Absolutely killing it. And I'm here stuck in drawdown on gold. Well, you know what to say, right? You know what to say. Powell is having a speech.
Long economic growth.
No. Is this now? No, no, no. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. That's not real. That's not real. You got me there for a second, though. You got me there. You got me there. I was like, what? There's no way. No excuses. No, 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 no. Why do some people only trade a couple pairs when they could do a dozen? Yeah, that's a good question. I like to trade a lot of instruments myself. I like it. Joy says, I love you, but today, pump and dump. Wednesday, FOMC. Was a valid setup though. I don't regret it at all. Good trade. I will repeat the same process. We're not gonna get lucky like yesterday though. We're not gonna get lucky like we did yesterday, right? Clearly not. Looks like it at least. Yes, okay, I'm out of this trade. Unfortunately. No follow through here. The good lesson is though, turns into free. Look at this shit, man. Look at that. Wow. Such a sick manipulation. Sick CME play right there. Wow. Typical Wednesday, motherfuckers. Anyways, if I would have chased the market right now, right? If I would have entered there, I would say, I'm not going to place a limit order I'm gonna let price come to me here, right? No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enter there because it's breaking out there, right here. I would have been absolutely screwed. I would have lost at least 10 G's on that trade. Like if I would risk the same amount, my risk reward ratio would be off, and I would lost at least 3 times as much money. So yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Today, no success with the trade itself. Yesterday we did. Today we didn't. I'm gonna take that home with me, and I think I'm gonna be not trading that anymore because we're getting closer to that FOMC statement. There's no reason for me to push it and to chase the market down right now. It's just, I mean, probability. Okay, we followed the exact plan process. Everything is in place. Nothing I would do different, to be honest. So there's nothing I can say or do. We'll see what happens in the next trade. That's it. Expedite says, I knew it was a sell. Easy to say after. I opened my buy on the very top. It's still better. Damn, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Okay. Anyways, guys, for everyone who's new, we will be dropping some content very, very soon here. Going really deep into everything here. If you want to know more about what we do in general, if this is like your first time, let's say, on the stream, right? I can get that you might be a little bit confused still. So just in general, follow me on Instagram, watch the rules so you understand the exact process, right? And you understand exactly how we execute a trade, for what reason we trade. It was holding up right there, right? Price came up, it pulled back. I went to the lower time frame. I went to the 15-minute, right there. Range, breakout, expansion, boom, done. That's the setup. Entry here, stop loss, put a bit wider, and I targeted that. So I'm actually gonna exit the trade here because So come back to the stream. Sorry, my mute was mic'd. Just come back to the streams tomorrow. Same thing happened again here. Hopefully not tomorrow. What I want you to do is the following. Follow your boy on Instagram. Watch the content. Come back tomorrow. Read the book. So you understand the reasoning behind it. We talked about this already before. You need to know the reason for the trade. So it at least gives you the clarity and confidence as well. Start backtesting it yourself. So you kind of understand this. Major flip here on gold. Just a bad day. That's all I can say. See you tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much. Looking forward to see you there. Put on a nice song here. What's my balance, by the way? 53. Okay. We'll accept this one. And we'll take it home with us. All right? Thank you, G's. Thank you for the support. And for all the new people, you know what to do. Study volume. And let's get back to work again. All right? FOMC, be careful. I will be very cautious right now with trading the FOMC here. Or getting closer to the FOMC. I think it's got a bit tricky right now, to be honest with you. Last thing, by the way. I forgot completely. Wow, why did I forget that? Some people already left. That's actually crazy. Sorry that I didn't say this earlier. Well, actually good for you. Because we're going to do a giveaway then. I forgot completely we have a giveaway. Okay? I completely forgot it. But I mean, you guys are G's, so you guys are still watching. That shows commitment. Right? That shows commitment. So we're going to give away a 25K FundedNext challenge. Let me see if I can find it. 25K FundedNext challenge. Give me 1 second here. Let me set it up. Lorenzo, you should have traded with the trading floor guys today. Yeah. I would have loved to. I would have loved to. But we're here. We're spreading the word. We're spreading the mission. All right, what we're going to do today, we are going to give away a 25K challenge. FundedNext challenge. Completely forgot it. My bad. And they do have an offer too today. A 100% payout performance reward with this code right here, FLASH100. Okay. I think there is 1 hour left, 1.5 hours left for this offer. That if you become funded, you get 100% of the payout, which is crazy. Okay, I think it's just a temporary offer. I can see right now it's only what, 1 hour left. Exactly 1 hour left right here. But anyways, we're gonna do a giveaway here. I'm gonna give away a 25K challenge. Let me set it up. And let's put on Mr. Knipe up, man. Let's set it up. Let's get it going. What a CME play on gold, man. Okay. 25K challenge. LTA. You know what? Type in FundedNext LTA. And it's important that you only do it once, because otherwise you get kicked out. Okay? One time. I'm gonna add you in because you didn't hear my story yet. Okay? One time. Nice. We give it a what? 2 minutes? One more minute. Boom. Okay, 25K FundedNext challenge giveaway. As promised, we have been doing giveaways for a long time already on the streams. This is a great moment to do so. The last moment as well for FundedNext, his offer. 100% payout with the code FLASH100. The link is in the description. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to roll the dice, G's. We are going to roll the freaking dice. Let's get it going. 180 entries. Okay. All right. 3. No, on the beat. 3, 2, 1. Mr. Ankit Kavadia 9511. Congratulations, my G. You won a 25K FundedNext challenge. Enjoy. Open a customer support ticket, please, in our Discord. We got your date. You got your information. We're gonna ask you a couple questions to verify. and then you win the challenge, okay? For the rest, keep in mind, we have this offer right now, 100% performance reward with the code FLASH100, or you simply wait for the next giveaway. Who knows when this is gonna happen here, all right? Thank you guys, good luck. Unfortunately, we didn't hit it today. We are still up for the week, which is the most important. We're still up for the week. I want to stay up for the week. So let's stay up for the week. And let's keep up the process and we'll be fine. Completely fine. All right? Take care, friends. Good to see you tomorrow. Back at it, 8 a.m. EST. See you then. Ciao.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah. I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom. Boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Fuck this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shit, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast.